All right, today we are going to be testing out this PQRQP mini mic, which is supposed to be great for content creation and recording directly from your phone. Now I'm going to show you everything that comes in the box, and then we're going to test the mic in a little bit as well. We're going to put it to the test against the Rode mic that I have right now that you're listening to, and the phone only audio. So let's start with the unboxing. You're going to get the transmitter device and the two wireless mics here. Now, what I really like about this is that it's compatible with multiple devices. It has the lightning input, it has the USB-C input, and it has the regular audio jack input as well. So lots of diverse ways that you can use this. Really cool that they thought of that. Now, it also has this cool little carrying pouch, which feels a little bit cheap, one of the downsides of it, but that's not really the main thing that we're here for. They give you a USB-C cable to charge it with. And how is this? Is this a split? It might actually be split here, which would be interesting. Okay, so with one cable, you can charge both receivers or the transmitter and a receiver with just one USB plug, which is pretty neat. Here is the transmitter itself. Like I said, it has three prongs here, the USB-C, the lightning, and the audio jack. And then here is what the mics look like. Very simple, comes with a windscreen right there. And additionally, they do come with additional windscreens, the Dead Cat windscreens here that I'll show you. There it is right here. So if you want, you can take off this one and put this on instead, to help with any excessive like wind noise and stuff like that. This is a little tricky to get on here. Should definitely not be this hard. All right, there we go. I got it on there. Perfect. And now initially it doesn't have the ability to clip it. However, inside it does have these clips that you can attach to it so that you can just clip it to your shirt instead of having to hold it the whole time. Although it is kind of the trend to just hold it like this, but I prefer clipping on, as you can see. So you can clip on here. I'll just clip over here. So you can clip it on like that. So that's one difference between the Rode mic here and this, is that there's no magnetic option with. And as you can see, it's so light and very small, so it's easy to just kind of lose the mic here. But yeah, so I'd kind of prefer the magnetic mic, but these are a lot more expensive than these ones. So it's really all about audio quality here. So I'll just kind of leave that right there for now. Yeah, at this point, we are just going to connect one of these bad boys to the phone. So right now you are listening to the Rode mic. I just want to turn these on so that you can kind of see what it'll look like when you turn it on. So when you turn it on, the light will be flashing like that. And then I believe once you connect it to the phone, it should turn blue for Android phones. All right, so just to show you, so you should be able to hear the new PQRQP mic. And then just to prove it to you, I have the Rode mic transmitter right here. So we have the mic is on, it's got the green light here, and then the transmitter is going as well. So hopefully you can hear the sound of the new mic here. And what we're going to do, I'm going to walk pretty far away so that you can just kind of see that the mic is what you're hearing and not the phone audio. So I'm just going to go to my kitchen and I'll just kind of talk to you along the way. Again, this is the PQRQP mic. So you should be able to hear me just fine. And you can see me all the way over in the kitchen. Test, 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 test. This is the PQRQP mini mic. This is what it's going to sound like when it's clipped to your shirt and you're recording content. All right, now you should just be hearing the phone's audio. It's probably not going to sound as crisp at all compared to these two things. Just to show you, I have the two receivers right here, the Rode mic receiver and the PQRQP receiver. So now let's walk back to the kitchen. You should very quickly lose my voice as I walk away. Testing, testing. This is just the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus audio. You probably can't hear me that well at this point, but here I am at the kitchen, both receivers in my hand. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so that was just the phone audio. I'm going to plug the Rode mic back in so that you can hear that once more. All right, so as you can see, the PQRQP transmitter is right in my hand. The Rode mic is right here. We're going to do that same test really quick, but just wanted to note that what I really just noticed that I like about the new one versus the Rode mic is that every time you plug in the Rode mic, it tries to go to the settings. It has its own app, which is a plus and a negative, right? When I plugged the Rode mic back in to do the test, it stopped my recording and went to the app. So you kind of have to start and restart if you're plugging in this mic. But for this one, that did not happen. Just something to note. But right now we're going to do the test with the Rode mic. Testing, testing. Walking over to my kitchen to demonstrate the Rode mic quality compared to the PQRQP mic. I'm over here in my kitchen. You should be able to see me. I've got the transmitter for the PQRQP mic just to prove that we're only listening to the Rode mic here. So there you go. Comparing the two. Excuse my mess in my house if you can hear it, or I mean if you can see it, rather. And we're going to sit back down. All right, so that's what the Rode mini mic sounds like. For the rest of the video, I'm going to plug in the new mic back in so that you get a really good sense of what that sounds like. All right, so you should just be hearing the PQRQP mic. Just to prove that I'm not using the Rode mic, I'm just setting both of these things aside. So yeah, I think that it sounds great. I listened back to some of the recording, and yeah, I think it sounds comparable to the Rode Mic Mini for a lot less money. So yeah, if you're looking to get into content creation on a budget, this PQRQP mic is a solid choice. Shout out to the brand for sending it to me in exchange for an honest review. Now, a couple things that I would say that they could improve upon. I thought these little black areas were going to be screens, but they're not screens. I assume that's just where the magic happens with the signal and stuff. That it'd be great to clear that up. I wish that there was a magnet option, and then it was just a little hard to get the windscreen on here. Now let's see if we can compare the regular windscreen to the Dead Cat windscreen. Not sure how well this is going to work, but let's try it out. I'll turn this up. All right, so this is the Dead Cat windscreen right here, just to kind of see the difference. Man, these are really easy to drop if you're just holding it like this, but this is what that one sounds like. Another thing to note is that app that I was talking about with Rode, a lot of customization features. There's noise canceling. You can change the audio signal, the gain, and stuff like that, which you can't really do that with these. So that's a plus for Rode. Now let's switch over to the regular windscreen. Easy to connect these things. You just press and hold the button, and then as long as the light is green, you know that it's working. So this is the regular windscreen that we're working with here. So one thing that I just noticed on the transmitter is there is an audio jack underneath, which means that you can monitor your audio in real time, whereas you can't really do that with the Rode mic. So that's a really awesome plus for this one right here. So yeah, there you go. Those are all the highlights of the PQRQP microphone. Love that it comes with 2 mics and the transmitter. And that's just a little comparison with it to the Rode mic and the phone audio as well. So hope you got a lot of insight into this product. I have been enjoying using it. And I bet you will too. So yeah, go ahead and add it to your cart. And I hope that this video helped you.